Left jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss. Now you counting stars, should've practiced more. Should've hit the mask, get out there more. Man, that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
WCS back on the boulevard once again, man. Shout out to the supporters. You already know Sucker Free and 23, Mr. Gumbo, aka Hot Grease First in the building. What's good with it, Gumbo? Appreciate you. Good to see you, my brother. Good to see you still out there, safe, on the road doing what you got to do. Salute WCS, my big bro. Salute to you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you. Good to see you in the building, man. Stay sucker free all day, every day in 23. Dead Game Boxing on deck. What's good, Dead Game? Salute to you, brother. We're going to give it a little bit more time for people to come in here because I don't know why people are not talking about this fight, but this shit is going to be on and popping. Anthony Yarde against Artur Beterbiev. It's going to be exciting. This is a huge stamp for the light heavyweight division. It means everything to both fighters. It does. For one fighter, he gains everything. For the other fighter, he loses everything. This is a damn good fight, man. Why isn't it being talked about more than what it is, man? This is huge. Man, this is huge, man. That Russian nightmare, Beterbiev, going in there against a beast from the East, Yarde. Man, this is a hell of a fight. I don't understand boxing sometimes, man. You ask for fights like this, but just because it's not your favorite fighter, people ain't talking about it. Man, this shit's going to be on and popping. I wish I was over in London and cover this fight, man. I like Yarde, one of the coolest in boxing, nice guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about one of the most non-ego-driven fighters when it comes just, talking to him and everything. Very cool dude, man. You know what I'm saying? Very cool. Big plus and boxing on deck. I'm thinking Yarde might make it further than most believe. Hey, man, I'm just gonna go for the underdog. I'm going for Anthony Yarde, bro. I'm going for Anthony Yarde. I'm gonna take his coach. I'm gonna take his coach for what he said, and I'm gonna take Yarde for what he said. And I'm gonna get into that a little bit later. I'm gonna take both of them on their word. I'm gonna take both of them on their word. That's all I gotta go off of, their word. If their word ain't born, I don't know what else to say. I'm gonna take them both off their word, man. But it's gonna be a great fight. So let's get down to the rankings, man. You have let me first the Russian nightmare. You know what I'm saying? Artur Beterbiev, according to where you're at, they have Beterbiev, Beterbiev, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Artur Beterbiev is 38. You know what I'm saying? And his birthplace is Russia. But he resides in Canada. 38 years of age, y'all. 38 years of age, has 100% KO knockout ratio. 18 back in June 2022, Joe Smith in two tally two rounds, y'all. Now, I must give a shout out to Joe, but he was trying to fight in the pocket. He was trying to fight the pocket with another monster, and it just didn't work out for him. So he dispersed to Joe Smith last year, and he picked up that WBO light heavyweight world championship, which making him and still the unified champion, but he added another piece of hardware to his cachet. You know, the one that everyone wants to see is that one, the Mitchell, which is the WBA light heavyweight world champ crown. His opponent this weekend is going to be the one and only Anthony Yarde. Anthony Yarde is 23 victories in, 2 defeats, with 22 coming by way of knockout. Outside of Kovalev, I'm not going to raise him up from the burial grounds that he currently lay in, but it was Lyndon Arthur. He went in there against Lyndon Arthur, who was 17-0, and he lost a split decision. That hurt Anthony Yarde, because here goes another fight where they step in there, go in there and contend well, get this guy up out of here, and further climb the ladder to a title shot. You know what I'm saying? Another one. He failed with the Sergey Kovalev. Now we're talking about Lyndon Arthur. And those pre-mandatory, as they call it in UK, those mandatory titles you have to fight for to put yourself in line. He lost a split decision to Lyndon Arthur. Now, of course, WCS will give you the scoop. When I interviewed him, I kind of asked him about the Lyndon Arthur situation. And he and his coach had two different views on why he looked the way he did in the first fight. Yarde pretty much explained to me that he had to get some more eyes in the camp. It was pretty much some things that didn't work out for him during the fight. Offensively, the fight plan, he kind of insinuated it was just some move pieces in the camp that needed to be tuned up. His coach, he insinuated that there was some stuff going on outside the ring. Seized Anthony Yarde and restricted him from there and performing at 100%. That's what his coach told me. I'm just telling you what his coach. They wasn't on the same sheet of music. Reasons for the way Anthony Yarde lost that fight to Lyndon. He would go on to fight Alex Duran, stops him in round 1, and then he would finally step back in there. He fought Lyndon Arthur December 20th, and he would go back in there December 2021, okay? And have a rematch with Arthur, which he stopped him in 4 rounds. He moved on to Stefani Korkov and stopped him in the 3rd round. Now he's facing another title shot, Artur Beterbiev, which is not just any title holder, but he's in possession of 3 of the crowns, the world champion crowns, IBF, WBC, and WBO, world light heavyweight crowns, y'all. Anthony Yarde has the opportunity to go in there and make history and change his life. By chance, he's able to go in there and disperse Beterbiev and lift those 3 belts. He will almost automatically be in line to face Dimitri Bivol, which is even a more tougher fight. As for Artur Beterbiev, man, he beat Anthony Yarde. It was something that he was supposed to. because just because Yard has two losses, just the way he lost, just all the behind him and everything. The way he was stopped by a jab almost, combined with fatigue when he fought Kovalev. And the way he looked in there against Arthur, it's just so much with two losses. I mean, people have a mountain hill of criticism for Anthony Yarde. So for Beterbiev, when I said one fighter has a lot to gain, and of course, gain off this a tremendous amount if he's able to go in here and beat this guy. Beterbiev, he's standing to lose everything when it comes down to it, because undisputed, you definitely want that on your chest plate. You definitely want undisputed on your credentials. You're 38 years old. You want this to be a part of your history. When you close the chapter in your boxing career, you can say you were undisputed, bro. So he has a lot to lose, but yet so much to gain. You know what I'm saying? He has a lot to lose, but so much to gain, man. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to him and Yarde, he has so much to lose, because the fight for sure is going to set him up for Dimitri Bivol. Anthony Yarde go in there and shock the world, so to speak, and he do what nobody else has been able to do. Not only beat him, you know what I'm saying, but look good doing it. No one has been able to look good because Beterbiev has 18 victories, 18 stoppages. So the biggest question mark is, can Anthony Yarde survive? Can he even survive? Is it be another Edgar Berlanga, Damon Nicholson moment? But in this case, Damon Nicholson rise to the challenge. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just this with a victory. I'm saying don't get stopped. Now, may we potentially see some adversity during this fight? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, we may potentially see some adversity. I mean, the Russian nightmare, bro. Beterbiev is a beast. I'm not gonna lie to you. Let me check my though. Martin King boxing on deck in the building. What's good, bro? Toby on deck. Shout out across the pond. What's good, Toby? Big shout out to Mr. Gumbo, aka Hot Greased, Sucker Free in 23. $20 super chat on deck. Yarde getting stretched, OG. God damn. You know, it ain't no easy way to say this. When somebody say a nurse is getting stretched, in the game of motorcycle racing, it means something different. That means that person's so far ahead of you, you can't even see the damn tail lights, bro. That's what stretch mean. But in boxing, stretch mean your ass is going to be goddamn laying out under the lights, looking upward towards the ceiling. The referee is going to be serenading you with that wave. He's letting the crowd know, no, it's over. That means you're going to be relaxing, reclining, whatever the R word you want to use, on your back. Your eyes may potentially be open or closed, but sometimes we know that your eyes can be wide shut. That means your eyes are open and you can't see nothing. So that's the only way I can describe being stretched. Gumbo coming in here with that abrasive language, bro. That abrasive language, man. Give Anthony Yarde the common decency. He only has 2 defeats, man. Kovalev is the only one to stop this guy. Give him the common freaking decency. Goddamn Gumbo. You put the S word on that man. At least allow him to get through the week. They got a press conference they have to do. You know what I'm saying? They just had, a little minor open workout over there. At least give them the time to wind down, get the press conference out the way. You know what I'm saying? Get the weigh in, do the face off. Allow them to get through the fight week. Dang, somebody always saying the man gonna get stretched, bro. Dang, the lack of respect. I'm gonna have to get on the phone and tell, hey, Team Yard, on behalf of Gumbo, aka High Grease, on behalf, he was in my chat. I'd like to send my deepest apologies. Okay. He didn't really mean stretch. He just means something to the point where your body may lie in a different position. You know what I'm saying? By force. Okay. It may be in a different position, and it may be influenced to be in that position off of the punches that was delegated by that Russian nightmare, Artur Beterbiev. We send our deepest apologies. Martin King Boxing said, morning at WCS, tough task for Yard. It's going to have to be precision boxing, taking Beterbiev's game plan away with conditioning to finish out the fight if you don't get big KO early. True words spoken. True words spoken. Educational breakdown. I do agree with when you say Yarde is going to have to be precision boxing. Boxing is going to play extremely big role in this. We seen Marcus Brown make it into the fight now. He went some rounds with Beterbiev. The reason why, this might have been the case because Beterbiev has seen Marcus Brown in there with his previous opponents, especially Badu Jack. And Artur remembers the 12-6 cut that was about 3.5 inches long. Basically painted on the forehead of Badu Jack. So now Beterbiev was in there knowing that Marcus Brown has other weapons besides his left and right hand. He has this precision headbutt that he does to open up his opponent. Sure enough, with all else fails, when there was nothing else he could do with his hands, he went to the old pull it out. You know what I'm saying? The old switcheroo, the razor blade you never seen coming. He's been practicing on that shit over and over and over again on the heavy bag. He cuts open Beterbiev. Beterbiev doesn't even recognize he's cut. He's bleeding all over the place like Badu Jack. And I said, oh shit, let's see how it's going to work with Beterbiev bleeding, dripping. You know what I'm saying? He's wearing a crimson mask in that bitch. He still goes in there and stalks Marcus. One thing Marcus was trying to do is box. You know what I'm saying? Keep his distance. One thing I saw what Joe Smith did, Joe Smith tried to fight in the pocket. Who lasted longer than who? That's all I'm saying. Who lasted longer than who? At least he had a secret weapon. You know what I'm saying? At least he had a secret weapon. But Marcus Brown made it to the 9th round, y'all. I'm just speaking about Marcus Brown because it's closer to Joe Smith. He fought Marcus Brown before he stepped in there with Joe Smith. Marcus Brown made it to the 9th round. People does not even get ready 2 to 3 rounds. It's certain people that consider Joe Smith better than Anthony Yarde. But WCS, I'm going out. I'm going with Anthony Yarde. I'm saying, hey, Anthony, today, I'm riding with you, shawty. I know you can do it, man. I listen to what you and your coach. I trust the fact that you all tighten up them motherfucking gloves the right way. All the loose ends that was in that camp previously, and you got it together. I'm going with Anthony Yarde fighting a smart fight. Just like Martin King said, he's going to have to be precision boxing and taking Beterbiev's game plan away. That game plan for Beterbiev is to break your ass up, dust you off, like Showtime say, break you up and dust you off, dog. That's his game plan. You understand? He's an older fighter, but he still has power. This man still has that brawler's mentality. He has strength. Whether the Yarde can box his ass and stay safe, you know what I'm saying? And put in the rounds and put some numbers on the cards, he might be good. He might be good. If he can put some numbers on the card in his favor, you know what I'm saying? Let's see how that plays out, bro. I'm looking forward to it. And another thing, conditioning shouldn't even be a factor. If this dude is not conditioned against a fighter like Beterbiev, knowing it's going to be a tough, he's going to have to dig down and go to places he may not have been in a while with his opposition, man, that's his own fault. But I agree, conditioning, hell yeah, he's going to need that to close anything out. Let's just say he's able to hurt Beterbiev. It's far-fetched in my thought process, but I'm just putting some fantasy out there. I'm trying to lighten the minds of the listeners, because boxing is gloomy when it comes to media. So I'm just saying, like, maybe he can do it. Maybe he can hurt Beterbiev. Anything is possible. It's not impossible to hurt that Russian nightmare. It's not impossible. One thing about Anthony Yarde is the fact that he's always calm, very composed, in control of his emotions, his energy. He's always control of his energy. You know what I'm saying? Beterbiev, I told people, and then maybe they'll listen to me a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I don't care, but maybe they'll listen to me a little bit more. I remember I was on here and people were saying that Beterbiev don't speak English. I say absolutely he does, because I heard him speak English. And true enough, he's over here doing an interview speaking English. And you know what I forgot who it was. One of the guys said, and this is exactly what I said about Lomachenko. I remember I used to tell people Anderson Silva speak English. They didn't want to believe me. Nah, he only speak Portuguese. I say that's a lie. He speaks English, bro. They was telling me, Usyk, he don't know any English. Yes, he does. So Beterbiev spoke English, and one of the commentators said something that's very, very true. He said, when a fighter, especially these fighters from foreign countries, when they really don't want to, be deeply engaged in the interview, that's when they speak the least English possible. And they pretty much, they limited with their dialogue, and they have their translator or whatever there to speak for them, and it's really cut short so they can go on and get back to the room and rest and everything else. That's true. That's true. It's according to how they feeling or whatever the case may be, whether they want to speak English. Because the more English you speak, the more questions that you're going to get presented or asked by the commentator or the reporter, whatever. That's true words, man. He knows how to speak English for sure. If Yarde wins and you bet on this, it's a great money though, but Yarde has to have had an extreme camp. I doubt it. I don't know, man. Why when you think Yarde had an extreme camp, why wouldn't they prepare themselves for a moment that's so special as this? This is more special than any moment that he's been a part of in his career. Now, of course, when he stepped in there with Sergey Kovalev had age on him too. But you're talking about a fighter that is considerably a lot more dangerous. And also, this fighter is undefeated, right? And he's a terror right now. Nobody's went the distance with him, and his wins is equal to his knockouts. Why wouldn't they prepare for the dark side? Why wouldn't they prepare to go to hell? Why wouldn't they prepare to go life or death, bro? If Anthony Yarde camp did not prepare to go against John Scully and his people over there training Beterbiev, then why are they even in boxing? That, to me, I don't agree with. I believe they know by now. They fully aware what they need to do, what they have, what was demanded of them to do. They had no other recourse but to train as hard as they possibly could, to dig deep, to go to hell and back, take his body through, changes and training that he's never experienced, take his mind into areas that it's never been a part of when it comes to pain and suffering. They had to go in there with the mentality that Beterbiev is that dude. They had to, bro. If they didn't do it, why are they even competing? They just competing just to get a slot. When I seen him at the Beterbiev Smith fight, he said he wasn't there scouting. He said he was next up. And then the fight was postponed because Beterbiev, had an injury. Both of these guys have had ample amount of time to prepare themselves for one another. And the one that's getting the most slack is Yarde because of the way he looked in certain name big fights. I get it, bro. But why wouldn't he prepare to go, life or death with this guy? He has to, he has to be that guy inside. It's no way, no how you're going to go into training and you're facing for the unified titles. You're facing a Russian nightmare. They brought somebody else in the camp. It wasn't a Lion either. They brought another name in the camp, another face in the camp. I don't know what area of Anthony Yarde's training that he was a part of, or what they wanted to audition that they felt that he needed. But, Anthony Yarde's camp is a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? I just wonder, his coach and everything, their relationship. Is it as tight? Is it a union as we would think? Is the camaraderie there? Is the morale at a peak? You know what I'm saying? Do they maximize? Is the morale maximized in that camp? Or is somewhat lower percentage than what we know, and they just do it to get along? I don't know. Y'all has to have an extreme camp. I doubt it. Hey, man, I know you ain't the only one that's down that. Not the plank stretching, Mr. Gumbo, for real. Gumbo coming here talking about stretched. And you know what? If you're not stretching to warm up or get your muscles right, loosen and all that, it's just disrespectful. You pretty much saying, oh, he's stretching out by force. On his back stretched out. On his motherfucking back stretched out, dog. Yarde standing his feet the entire fight is a victory. It is. But in this case, Martin King, I believe he needs more than just staying vertical. With his vertical, he needs to put on a display that we have never seen him do. And it can be boxing. It can be the sweet signs. He needs to show out. He needs to show out with Beterbiev. We don't need another Anthony Yarde that looks the part, but get ripped apart. We need him to look and go over here and play the part and get those belts so we can see how he goes in there against Dmitry Bivol, which in my opinion is tougher than Beterbiev. That's all I'm saying. I think Bivol, at this point in time, in my opinion, I just think Bivol is a slightly edge as being the best in the light heavyweight division. That's just my thought process. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my guy Town Biz and Entertainment, the soldier on deck, Oakland's own, man. What it do in the building, man? I like Yarde, but I truly think he's going to be a victim number 20. Hey, man, I can't go against what you're saying. Like, if y'all believe he's going to be a victim, who am I to sit up here and say otherwise? But I'm going for Yarde. I'm going for Yarde this time. I'm giving the man the benefit of the freaking doubt. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving them the doubt that they restructured the mistakes that they made in there against Artur and Kovalev, okay? Even though he came back in the rematch and crushed Artur. Hey, I'm telling you, I'm giving him the BOD that he fixed that shit, Town. You feel me? I'm hoping and praying that they did what they had to do and they pick up the chips. One thing I didn't see in Artur Beterbiev versus Joe Smith is that I didn't see his age playing a role. It seemed like everything was still oil and lube, man. It seemed like the joints and everything was good, and he was on point. I didn't see the breakdown, the old age starting to kick in. I didn't see it, which means trouble. It means trouble for Anthony Yarde, bro. And look, he had an injury. He had to have an operation. So this is gonna be his first fight back since the injury. But yeah, it's gonna be very, very intriguing, bro. Shout out to Boxing Nerd 101 on deck with it in the building, Monte King Boxing. Why were you going at me yesterday? Hey, Boxing Nerd, you ain't gonna say what up to the host, shouty? You ain't gonna say what up to the old guy? Damn, that's disrespectful. Y'all just come in somebody's chat and don't even say what up. Damn, you gonna go ahead and say, look, let me tell you something about Monte King. I can't speak for the dude, but you ain't the first one he went at. I mean, look, it, it ain't like I'm one of these channels that nobody's went at me. It happens. You know what I'm saying? It happens for whatever reason. But dang, the only way I see shit playing out is like, when I pull it up on the panel and somebody let somebody up on the panel, whatever, that's been going at you. But dang, man, how you doing, shouty? You know, hey, man, it's Wednesday. It's hump day, Boxing Nerd. Shout out to Boxing Nerd. Much respect. He be on everybody's panel talking that boxing. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, brother. We talking about something else, Boxing Nerd. He said we talk about something else. Blunt said, I think Yarde get out of there by 11 and 12. I think Yarde gets out of there by 11 and 12. So you think he gets stopped by 11 and 12? I'm going for Yarde, man. I can't put no predictions in. I'll be stumping my own toe if I did that. You know what I'm saying? I'll be shooting myself in the foot. I don't know if he's going to be able to. I'm not even thinking knockout. This man ain't never been stopped. I don't see Anthony Yarde as possessing that tool. You know what I'm saying? That power tool to hurt Beterbiev. I don't think he has the work rate to break Beterbiev down and put him in a place that he haven't seen in his professional boxing career. I don't see it, shawty. I don't see it. But I can't go against that shit. I'm not gonna touch it. I'm not touching it, man. I'm not touching it. I'm just putting it out there for Yarde. I'm giving him a little bit of freaking, power, whatever. Hey, Town, if you still in the building, you wanna jump on the panel, whoever, and speak on it. Cool. I'm gonna drop the link in about two mics. Operation Kilroy in effect. Big Blunt said Beterbiev was leaking blood and still knocked dude out with strong power punches. Hey man, certain people who taste their own blood, it's almost like self-rehydration. It's almost like what we didn't know that was pumping in his blood. It's almost like he was basically taking he was giving himself a resupply of that chemical that we're not used to. Like his blood was a different type of chemical. It might be around the group that's considered PEDs, performance enhancing drugs. See, we never knew what pumped in Artur Beterbiev, that Russian blood. You know what I'm saying? He may have that hereditary genetic liquid, that they take out. They take them damn ampoules, them blood withdrawals. They do them blood samples and shit off Beterbiev because he's that hybrid. When Beterbiev start to taste his own damn blood, it only powered him up because the dude act like he didn't even freaking hesitate or nothing. It only made him fight that much stronger. I mean, I didn't really see the dude blink, to be honest. I don't even think his corner say, Arthur, you're bleeding profusely. I don't think they did. I think they went over there, did what they, and then Beterbiev, he was drinking his own blood, getting that good chemical, what they call it, not rehydration, but he was able to take what was pumping inside of him already. That's a high solution, a potent solution. And he was being able to put that right back into his system while the fight was going on. Then with adrenaline and everything, that shit was almost like getting a dose of PEDs. You know what I'm saying? Performance enhancing right there in the ring, goddammit. And Marcus Brown seen that shit. He said, "Oh shit, that motherfucker getting stronger." Hey, ref, can we call, man? Wipe that blood off, dog. That's a man. I'm at a disadvantage. This dude is drinking his own motherfucking blood. That shit is just not right, man. It's something going on here. I see this dude powering up. I see him getting stronger. This is turned into a Marvel comic. Short inside shots. Artur Beterbiev's bread and butter. That's why, he cannot stay there too long on the inside and fight this guy. I don't think he's strong enough to do that. One thing I can say about Yarde, he's in shape, but so is Beterbiev. Yarde is in shape, but so is Beterbiev. You know what I'm saying? He went into the 11th round with Kovalev. You know what I'm saying? Who's done stopped him to the body? I'm talking about early in the fight, stopping him and giving him the Keith Thurman effect. Nobody. So he has to have conditioning. Even when him going to the 11th round the way he did, he still went into the championship rounds with a champion like Kovalev. So he don't have that Keith Thurman effect where people say, "Hey man, all Beterbiev has to do is go to the body early and break Yarde down, and it's gonna be an easy night." I'm going with Yarde, bro. I'm going with Yarde. Finna put some funds down on that right now. I'm going with Yarde, bro. Real talk. I hope we don't hear Tundi say, "Empty the tank." Oh, talk your shit, dog. Man, I hope to God we don't hear that shit too. Tundi better not say, "Empty the tank. All or nothing. Empty the tank right now. Open the turn. Open it up. Empty the tank. All or nothing. Do or die." No, man, I hope I don't hear no Tundi say no empty the tank. That's the worst advice you can give somebody, especially if it's not the last 2 minutes of the fight or a minute and a half in the fight. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to hear that against Beterbiev. I wouldn't even want to hear that with a minute and a half remaining in the fight. Still, I wouldn't want to hear it. He have to prove to us that in there with opposition such as Beterbiev, he has what it takes to power through and go to the final bell. We haven't seen that, but we'll see what happens this weekend. We'll see what happens this weekend, Toby. We'll see. That shit is hilarious, though. I hope we don't hear Tundi say, "Empty the tank. Empty the tank. Lies in the camp. Lies in the camp. Empty the tank. Empty the tank. Yarde, Anthony, empty the tank. Let's go, mate. Empty." You know what I mean? Empty the tank. Lions in the camp. Lions in the camp. Meow, meow. Lions in the camp. Nah, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that, Tundi. Tundi, you told me it was things going on outside. Okay, I believe you because other people have said that it was personal issues that was consuming and wrapping him up and restricting, him from having 100% focus on what he need to be doing in the camp and training for that fight. I get it. I give you that respect as far as you had other shit going on. Real talk. But just like Toby said, we don't want to do that. Don't do that. Don't sit up there against Beterbiev and say, "Empty the tank. Lions in." No, don't do that, shawty. You're going to get slaughtered. You're going to get slaughtered, bro. And people already had something to say about Tundi anyway. They trying to wonder why that y'all still together, shawty. Real talk. They trying to say, why is Anthony Yarde still with him? I ask myself, mate, listen, me and you, we're having a conversation. I ask myself, can Yarde be exponentially a better fighter if he just leave Tundi behind? I mean, just demote him. Just demote him. He don't have to kick him out totally from the gym. He can, carry the bucket. He can do something, carry the bucket. But as far as giving advice, no, I think he needs to let that alone, demote him, and bring somebody else on the camp. Don't you think? You know what I mean? It's always calm before the storm, WCS. For sure, man. But I'm gonna be thinking about a lot of comments, man. You know what I'm saying? People being stretched out in this bitch on a Wednesday. Usually people they disrespectful like this on a Monday, but a Wednesday, damn, stretched out. You know, let's hope Tundi don't come through and say that shit. We're losing the fight. Empty the tank. Maybe they should say you behind on the scorecards. But nah, we can't do that because what's good for one fighter may not turn the switch on for this fight over here. What Crawford switches on, you see it the dang Anthony Yarde, and it may not even flicker. You know what I'm saying? It may not even flicker, bro. He may not. So I got what round is? What round is it's coming up on the 10th round. Oh, so I'm behind. Well, I still have 3 rounds, man. Come on, relax, man. How many rounds you think I'm down? Probably 8. Oh, relax, man. We're good. You know what I'm saying? Just give me the cold sign, man. Empty the tank. It's on and popping, man. I'll finish this dude. MKB, you were talking crazy in the chat like I did something wrong. Damn, Boxing Nerd is hell set on getting his proper adjudication this morning. He said, I'm going to provide you my opening argument. God damn it. If it's the last thing I do this morning, I want to know. I need answers, Marlon King. That's what he's saying. I need answers. Oh, shit, man. People want answers on this live chat. They want answers. Boxing Nerd came in here with something different. He said, hey, man, I need answers. What's going on? I did the same thing. I really can't knock Boxing Nerd. I've been in the past. I did the same thing. I do hear Yarde speak on learning from his previous fights. I wish I've seen more previous outing. It was too quick, but keeps the momentum for Beterbiev. We'll see his weekend, WCS. Martin King, he lost a split decision to Lyndon Arthur. So you can look at that entire fight and see where he was just not doing, things that was productive. His strategy or his game plan, it was just a lot that he wasn't taking advantage of in that fight. In a fight that they believe he's going to go in there, it's supposed to be, just another task. You know what I'm saying, for him to go in there, but they say he had personal problems going on or whatever the case. Anthony Yarde say getting some different eyes in the camp. I don't know if it's blame setting, and him putting the culpability subliminally off on the people that's around him. I don't know. But I do remember what Tundi said. Tundi said he had some shit going on outside the ring, but yet Yarde said, he needs some new eyes in there. So you put the pieces together. You put the pieces together. Yarde was in camp for Koikov and had to jump right back in for a fight with Beterbiev. Could be too much work for Yarde. I think one negated the other. You know what I'm saying? You remember Beterbiev had, the fight was postponed because he had an injury. You know what I'm saying? This is an ample amount of time. You know what I'm saying? This is ample amount of time for them to get this situation settled. Ample. Look at just think about this. This is not a Chris Eubanks type of situation where he was dropping weight and people feared his father feared for his health because he wasn't going to be healthy and everything. Father knows best in that particular case, which is we seen it play out. But for Koikov, you know, November 2022, he only went 3 rounds, right? Now, I take that back. You're right, Blunts. You're right. I take that back. I retract that. I remember talking about this a ways ago. I forgot. I admit, I forgot what you just said. I was putting it off on another area of his fight, but you're absolutely right. Um, Him stepping in there in November against Korkov and then returning early this month may be too much. You're absolutely right. Because I remember talking about this a ways ago. I just totally forgot. I remember talking about this and I was like, this doesn't make any sense for him to have that Koikov fight and it goes 3 rounds, but yet you were still in camp. And then you going in here with this beast. So the only one that really benefited from the layoff was Artur Beterbiev. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we do have a concerning measure here. If Anthony Yarde is totally healthy and his body not as broken down, you know what I'm saying? It's not like he's fighting at a lower weight class or anything. But this is a quick turnaround, y'all. This is a quick turnaround. Seriously, it's a quick turnaround. But he only went 3 rounds with Koikov. He had December. You know what I'm saying? He had the opportunity to get through December. And you can't tell me he was out the gym for a whole week after that fight. He probably took about 48 hours and then returned back to training. So how did his body recover? How much energy did he reserve? You know what I'm saying? Stopping Koikov in freaking 3 rounds. All that plays a significant role, man. And see, that's the decisions what people talk about with his camp. These decisions right here with him, returning for a big fight. Yeah. You're right about that, Blunts. I was thinking earlier, but you're right about that. Blunts he said y'all about to get this paycheck. Man, it's gonna be crazy thinking about it's gonna be crazy looking at how this is gonna play out. Now that you did put that up there, it's gonna be crazy. Yard is still decently, he's 31 years old. He's 7 years younger than Beterbiev right now. So, the only thing we can say is hopefully youth play a role in Yard going to getting this in. Because I know when I was his age or younger, the recovery was easy. Like you can recover from shit really, really quick and get back in there and groove. You know what I'm saying? It was good back then. Please, Father God, take me back then. Just one time. If God allowed me to go back to my late 20s and 30s, I would disappear. If he told me, hey, listen to me, don't you dare go against my word. I want you back here at 15:30 on Tuesday. If God told me I'm going to give you an opportunity to go back and revisit your late 20s without the military, I will have to go UA. I will have to. I will have to go UA on God. I said, God, I just want to experience everything without being in the military in my 20s. Things went by so fast. He would have to send his angels out for a search and rescue, dog. No, in this case, a search and detainment. Because I would go into hiding. I would say, no, I ain't going back. I ain't going back. I wouldn't be there. And it's no knock on you, Father God. It's no knock on you. But if you gave me an opportunity to go back to my late 20s, early 30s, I would go UA. I just would go UA. I would disappear. I would disappear. I ain't worrying about the money under that. As much information and knowledge that I know of what's going on, now, I would be just fine. The right side on deck. Hey, I'll be just fine, goddammit. I ain't worried about nothing. You trying to take me back there when I was 31? I would say, God, 31. I'm not. I know I'm asking for too much, but just give me 26, Father God. Just give me 26. Just take me back to 26. That's it. I don't need to go all the way back down, to my early 20s. That's too much. Give me the maturity. Give me the maturity. Put me about 26, 27. I'm straight. All right. I will only do this, but you go against my command, I will rebuke you. Be back here Tuesday at 15:30. Not a minute passed. I'm giving you the entire weekend to enjoy yourself. Are we clear? Yes, Father God, we're clear. I'll be back Wednesday at 1800. See, you are playing with my power. I just made it clear to you. I wanted you back here Tuesday. Yes, Father God, I'll be back here Tuesday. Yes, of the following week, right? That's what you said. The following week, right? Shit, I'll be UA like a mother. I'm gone. He'll be victim 19. Dang, people just, wow. Hey, hold up. Why y'all being so disrespectful to Anthony Yarde? What did he do to y'all? We hearing people stretched. We hearing commands that's going to be coming out from the corner. Empty the tank. The motherfucking tank, nigga. Empty the tank, nigga. Lines in the MF camp, nigga. And then Blunt's come up here talking about he's going to be 19. See, that's what I talk about. I speak on this all the time when it comes to boxing. The supporters and the fans are some of the most disrespectful people that the fighters have to deal with. This man is this man is already giving him the number 19 when it comes to Beterbiev knocking this dude out. Damn. But when I said it with Errol Spence being lucky number 7 on Crawford resume, people want to put in petitions and shit. They want to send anonymous petitions to YouTube. Hey, we just want this guy to be removed. It's nothing personal. He said he wanted Spence to be lucky number 7. We just don't want that to happen. It would give Terrence Crawford too much power. My fault last time Beterbiev went 12 rounds, not Bivol. Town Biz said Beterbiev 80% versus Smith and took him out in 2 rounds. He'd be 95 in the fight, Beterbiev in 6. Ugh, God damn. Man, I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I should have came in here bearing gifts this morning. Maybe I should have came in here bearing, gifts, some prepaid cards to set y'all up for the weekend. Town is saying that the man was 80% versus Smith, and he annihilated him in 2 rounds. Now he's gonna be 95, and he ain't getting past halfway in the fight. Town is not even giving this man the opportunity to get halfway, bro. Marcus Brown, who a lot of people would consider Anthony Yarde to be better than Marcus Brown, he's giving him less credit. Marcus made it to the latter part of the fight. He's saying that Anthony Yarde he's not even gonna come close to that. He's going out midway through the fight. Maybe I shouldn't have put this thumbnail up there, because this is one of my pictures that I took myself, but I guess it's really ruffling the feathers of my listeners in the chat. Seriously. I think people are just, feeling a little bit agitated this morning. You know what I'm saying? They're being very disruptive. But speaking of Bivol, I truly believe he would be the only one to beat Beterbiev. But if he takes the rematch with Canelo at 68, I think he loses that. And I think he subsequently loses to Beterbiev after. Blunts, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I disagree with what you said. I look at Bivol as one of the best fighters in boxing as we speak. A lot of y'all, right? I'm just saying a lot of y'all openly, loosely, are still hanging on to the Canelo. Canelo has situations going on with his knee. Canelo has put a lot of miles in with the amount of fights that professional fights that he have. Look, Bivol is one of the best boxers in the sport, period. And he don't do a lot of movement to send that message. Bivol, if he was a different color, it'd be a lot more talk. If Bivol was a different color from a different country and he fight the way he fight, what you saying right now wouldn't even be a topic of discussion, bro. I'm telling you, Bivol is different. I can't really say how he's gonna look at super middleweight, but Bivol, in my opinion, is one of the top 3 fighters in the sport. Dude is special. Bivol is special, dog. Seriously, Bivol is special, man. He's a different type of dude. Seriously. And I think a lot of people are hanging on to what Canelo's accomplishment has been up to this point. But I just feel Bivol, if he chooses to go down to somewhat of a catch weight or whatever, in my opinion, he should stick to what he said initially. He said light heavyweight is my division. That's my weight. Stick to that, Bivol. Unless in his career, this is boxing. Look, I'm being fair here. This is boxing. Unless he's looking at it like, will I ever be able to make this much money in what they offer me to go down to 68 and fight Canelo? Will I ever be able to get paid this amount of money against anybody else? And the answer is no. You're not going to get paid that amount of money fighting Beterbiev because he's not this cash cow. So I can see the temptation of him possibly moving down to super middleweight and taking that fight. But I think he wins. When he rehydrates, it's not going to be what we witnessed in there against Zerto and Bivol. I think Bivol's just too much of a specimen. His body is dialed in. His team is dialed in. I love Bivol's fighting style. He doesn't use a lot of energy. He's very forceful when he holds his presence right there and box right there in the pocket. He's very good at it. He doesn't just misuse his punches and just, duck his chin, takes his eyes off the target, well away, and give you that freaking Isaac Cruz or Jessica McCaskill wild overhand looping, power shot. He doesn't give you that. He's very strategic. He's very accurate, precision, all that shit. He's one of the top 3 fighters in the world. Real talk, in my opinion. In my opinion, the Blunts. I think that dude can beat Beterbiev and Canelo. I think Bivol can beat Beterbiev and Canelo. I do. I think that, bro. Jefferson, what's good? Yarde is 23-2. What that mean? We know he lost to Koikov and Kovalev. Lyndon Arthur and Kovalev. Are you talking about his knockouts? But his knockouts, they just don't give us the same frame that we see when it comes to Beterbiev, if that's what you mean. Yarde getting stopped in 7. So we have one person saying he's getting stopped in 6. You know what I'm saying? And Town Biz. And then Dub is saying he's getting stopped in 7. So that gives him a little bit more past the halfway point, a little bit of breathing room. I still think it's disrespectful. I still think y'all on some disrespectful shit on this Wednesday. If the host put up a picture of Yarde and he's pointing at y'all, he said, "Hey, how y'all doing? Shout out to y'all, man. I want to give everybody, love from the UK. I just want to give you my blessings. It's nothing but love and embracement over here. We love you." That's what Yarde is saying, man. He told me to give y'all that message, and y'all just straight up disrespecting the man, bro. I don't get that at all, man. I'm playing peacemaker today, man. That's all. Yarde has the frame to beat Beterbiev, but I just look at Artur with them short, heavy punches like the gift that keeps on giving. Sure, but the gift can only keeps giving if his opponent is close enough for him to give the gift to. Like earlier that it was said that he has to maintain distance and box. He has to hold himself accountable. You know what I'm saying? He has to hold himself accountable with the distance that he gauged with a brawler, a puncher like Beterbiev. You know what I'm saying? If you stay right there too close for him to give you that, that big ribbon, it's not going to be the way you think. You know what I'm saying? You don't want nobody, giving you a gift when they smacking you upside the head with it. You want the gift in your hand. You know what I'm saying? You want that gift to be like, okay, I'm right here. Pop, pop, pop. You land those combinations. Oh, that's the gift you wanted? Go to the body. Stick them, you know what I'm saying? Move around, reset, pop the jab out there, double up on the jab, come in, hook to the body. That's what you want. You don't want the type of gifts that Beterbiev is trying to give you. He's going to give you the gifts upside your head. That's not nice. You know what I'm saying? It's some questions that need to be asked there, Martin King. You know what I'm saying? Can Yarde frame, can his strength, can his entire ring IQ defeat Artur Beterbiev, bro? Does he have what it takes? That's the question. Does this guy have what it takes to beat the monster, that nightmare, that Russian nightmare? Does he have what it takes? I'm serious. You can't bring a lion in the motherfucking ring, but you can definitely bring a monster. I'm just saying, real talk. You can bring a monster into the ring, but you can't bring a lion. You can't bring a lion, bro. Beterbiev is the Russian vampire, drinking his own blood. He did, man. He rehydrated off that potent freaking scientifically developed, you know what I'm saying, that special blood. You know what I'm saying? That A-sample blood, that hybrid blood, genetically gifted blood that was basically dripping into his mouth and his eyes and everything. Y'all thought that was gonna decrease his power or something like that. You thought that was gonna weaken that man. No, that only gave him more energy. So maybe Yarde should, he should try something different, man. A couple groin shots early to send the message. See if that slows the wheels down, and then take it from there. He need to try something to slow that damn nightmare down, bro. It's going to be all a dream. Laughing my ass off them Russian crazy, man. Beterbiev been knocking out grizzly bears since he was 6. Yeah, man, we know them Russians love, fighting bears, like Khabib and a lot of other, combat specialists. They be fighting them bears, dog. And shout out to the bears for being smart enough not to damn slap their face off. You know what I'm saying? From my understanding, these bears aren't declawed either. You know what I'm saying? So they have a very unique kinship with these humans so that they won't revisit their natural instinct and pick these dudes up and take them into a cave and they become dinner. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them. Cause I ain't never seen no brother around my way. I mean, we was busy running from junkyard dogs and shit. Seeing stray dogs down the street. Motherfucker stop, you stop. That motherfucker about to bring his goddamn. Well, I take off running, the dog take off running too. It wasn't no bears, goddammit. We was fence jumping back there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we didn't see no damn bears coming out that bitch. She said, okay, it's me and you today, bitch. Me and you, goddammit. You're not supposed to be over here. Motherfucker stand up on his hind legs, You go up there and hit him in the motherfucker. He said, "Ah, that was hilarious. You obviously don't know. Nobody taught you how to handle us. I mean, we're not going anywhere, man. We fucked up your two friends last week, man. Why you think they haven't been in school this week? Come on, man. What are you doing? You're throwing body shots." Lions going to scatter. And one thing I know about a lion is the fact that they hunt different. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the times, the females, the lioness, they're the ones out there on the hunt. And then when they make the kill, the lions go out there. I'm not saying lions don't hunt, but that's usually what happens when a lion rolls up on the scene and the prey is already, on the ground. The lion takes over, feeds, and shit like that, man. I'm just saying, a monster can have entry to anywhere. You know what I'm saying? A monster can hide. A monster can hide. They can be in plain daylight. That's the beautiful part about a monster. It can be in daylight, and you may not never see it until it presents itself. That's all. One thing I like about Yarde, he seems to have an extraordinary belief in his boxing ability this weekend. He should. You don't want the man being a punk coming up in there, bro. You want him to have full confidence that he's going to show the world something different than what we've seen with Kovalev. Because really, I think that was extremely worse than losing to Linden, because it was said, based off the footage, it looked like he was dropped by a jab. For you to get dropped by a jab, that means you was extremely fatigued. Extremely fatigued. Extremely fatigued. Bruce Gas Boxing Jazz and more on deck, man. What a duo G on deck this morning. What's good? They've been disrespectful here, Bruce. They not even give Yarde 6 rounds, bro. They don't believe that his camp has what it takes to train a fighter to go in there and beat somebody like Artur Beterbiev. And, I'm not totally confident myself, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? But I'm giving Yarde the opportunity. I'm giving him extreme benefit. I'm going for Yarde, man. I want to pull for the underdog this time. That's all. That's all I'm saying, Bruce. I want to pull for the underdog. I want to see him go in there and reach new heights, because I don't know how far he's going to go after this. I'm going to be honest. I don't know if I can ever see Yarde being undisputed light heavyweight, being that Dmitry Bivol is a way better fighter than, in my opinion, than Beterbiev and Yarde. That's just my opinion, bro. Alexander on deck, man. What up, WCS? Hope all is well, brother. In the building. It is. I appreciate you. Hope all is well with you, man. We halfway through another week. Don't you want to leave this first month in the rearview mirror? Don't you want to say farewell to the first month in 2023 and just do away with it? Because, it was just so much that happened. We did get one fight, though. We got Tank and Hector Garcia. We did get one solid. We got that solid fight. But, don't you want to just do away with the first month and move on closer to what we are looking forward to get in March, April, May? That's going to be a heavy part of the first semester of 23. That's going to be a heavy part of boxing. Them's going to be some very important chapters in boxing. Seriously. Yes, indeed. The first Lennon Arthur fight was when Yarde got beat with Arthur's one hand, WCS. But I was saying how Yarde got dude out real fast about 2 months ago. Yeah, he stopped him in the third round. Koikov. He stopped him in the third round. But like Blunt's mentioned, what type of effect is it going to have with him having such a quick turnaround? I mean, come on now. We're not talking about a relay. We're not talking about baton passes in a relay. No, we're talking about you being the only runner. You're lapping the track. You went in the training camp. You fought, and then you went right back in training camp after very minimal hours, to rest up, to get back in here against that Russian monster. I'm curious to see if we're gonna see the same thing play out like we see in Eubanks Jr. Because obviously something went terribly bad with him, bro. Alexander said, I'm definitely watching this fight. See, we got some positivity in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Alexander. We got some positivity. I'm not saying the positivity is toward, the camp of Anthony Yarde, but we got some positivity. People saying they want to watch this fight. I want to watch the fight too. Real talk. Let's make it happen. Let's make this shit happen. Shout out to Pac on deck, man. Beterbiev is a rare phenomenon of boxing with a monstrous destructive power. And when Yarde tastes the power of Beterbiev, it would be over for Yarde. Victory of Beterbiev round 5. Jesus Christ, bro. Maybe I just need to stop the live and drop the one knee and grab the Bible and pray for Yarde. It seemed like it was getting a little bit better, man. You know what I'm saying? Dub came in here and said round 7. I think it was somebody else that said 11 and 12. But ultimately, no one is giving Anthony Yarde the opportunity to pull off the victory. That's my concern. Maybe I didn't do enough prayer before I turned on this live. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I should have prayed a little bit because I'm going for Yarde. I made him the centerpiece of the thumbnail. I said, maybe I didn't do enough prayer. Maybe that's it, bro. I just didn't do enough to represent him accordingly on this live stream. I'm going for Yarde to win the fight. How he win the fight is going to be up to him. I don't see him stopping Beterbiev, but if it goes the distance, I see Yarde coming up, seizing the moment, and let's see how it plays out. But damn, we had somebody go take it back down to 5. He ain't getting out of 5. Man, if y'all want to get on here, Boxing Nerd, you still in here, man, y'all click the link. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen Boxing Nerd. You still here, brother. You can click the link. You know how we do, Boxing Nerd. You've been on enough panels to know. If you want to, pretty much handle this situation, Martin King, he ain't just start getting on panels. You know what I'm saying? He ain't do the panels either. That's all I'm saying, brother. So if you're going to get out here, make sure your holsters, has a weapon in both sides, port and starboard, okay? And make sure you have rounds in the chamber, okay? I was thinking, Jay Blaze, what's good? Jay Blaze just comes on here spewing disrespect. Shout out to Jay Blaze on deck in the building. He said I don't give him a chance. So now we just have people coming in here saying, "No, he don't have no chance in hell." It don't matter if the Messiah's right there with him in the ring walk. He's gonna meet the devil inside the ring. He don't have a chance, man. I'm just saying, man. When I look at him, man, he don't have a chance. Damn. If God could take me back to the 80s, I'd be rich with the brain I have. Man, you ain't lying. That's why I just have to disobey God, bro. I will have to ask for forgiveness later, but I will not be back at the meeting place, so you can take me back now. Look, I would have did my kid some justice. Real talk. I would have did him some justice. I say, listen, I don't, this way I'm going on vacation. I don't know how long it's going to be, but y'all will be cool. Y'all old enough now. Y'all will be cool. Okay. I'm just going on vacation right quick. I'm gonna give you, the pins in my account. I'm gonna let you know what I gotta take care of each month so you can make that shit happen. Okay. You'll have enough money to survive this, that, and the other daily. Make sure to build. So I will return. Okay. I don't know how I'm gonna return, but I'm gonna return. But I'm gonna be gone for a minute now. And When I come back through the portal, I might have some more kids with me too. Cause I know I got some out there somewhere. I might have some kids, and you might have some brothers and sisters that I'm going back in that motherfucker. I'm gonna have some more kids with me, son. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to all y'all. You know what I'm saying? I might have some more kids with me. Real talk. But one person gonna be looking at me when I get back. Ah, excuse me. Come here. No, you right here. Come here. You think I didn't know you was gonna, revisit and return? You returned at a later date against my against my orders. Come here. So now I have to think to myself, what am I gonna do with you? You brought back, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have like 8 or 9 kids with you. Why is that? Why would you go over there and do that? I didn't send you over there to just go reckless off the knowledge that you brought back from the future to back when you was that age. I'm so disappointed in you. And no, who are those? So you actually brought the mothers with you? How are you going to support them? Hey, you just have no idea. You know what I'm saying? You have no idea how fucked up it would be to send me back to my late 20s with the knowledge I know now. It would be incredible. Everything would change, bro. Everything would change, man. I would sell them a dream back then. I say, baby, just travel with me over here. You're going to be gone for quite some time, but once we lock this in on how to go back and forth, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna make it happen. But believe me, you want to go forward. It's a lot going on in the future. We in 2023 right now. It's a lot going on. Just ride with me. Y'all good? Y'all good? All the kids are here. Let's do a head count. I want to make sure my count is good because when I get there, God, hey, I'm telling you, we're gonna get punished, man. I don't know how many of y'all kids gonna be living after God punish you, but God damn it, we might have to dip back here. If God be talking crazy, man, we might have to dip back and wait it out a little bit. That's all I'm saying. We might have to wait it out a little bit. Wait till God calm down. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna send some prayers up there. I'm gonna try to sweeten them up. Ask for forgiveness. Ask for him to forgive me for my sins. Repent. All of that. Hey, Martin King, Boxing Nerd said, I don't know what you talking about, but I clicked the link. Let me take Anthony Yarde down. So Boxing Nerd, join the panel there, Martin King. I am not instigating nothing, but something's on this man's mind. You know what I'm saying? Something on his mind. What's good, that Boxing Nerd? How you feeling, brother?
I'm doing all right. World Combat Sports. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Appreciate you pulling up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna ask you what's going on with you and Marley King. Marley King gonna have to come up here and figure this out himself. But in the interim, I want to ask you about this fight this weekend. What's your take, man?
Yarde is my boy, yo. He's one of my favorite. He's my top 5 favorite fighters to watch.
Okay, no doubt.
I love his style. I'm rooting for him. Like my heart says Yarde, my brain says Beterbiev. By stoppage before the 7th.
Stoppage of who?
I think Beterbiev's gonna stop him before the 7th.
But that's your boy. What's up with y'all, man?
I know, but
how can you sit up here and give an intro like that? Hey, that's one of my favorite fighters to watch. But I don't think he's making it past halfway.
Logic must prevail, man. Logic must prevail.
Damn, dog. And Yarde, if you listen to this, I have to send my deepest apologies. It's nothing against Boxing Nerd and the people that sit in the chat that don't have no faith in you. I have faith there, Anthony. You know what I'm saying? I have faith you can pull this shit out, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stay true to me, because
Mhm.
these people are not staying true. They saying they ain't giving you halfway through the fight, bro.
Hey, I'm gonna just be real. I'm gonna just be real, bro. They be putting up Apollo Creed versus Drago. They be putting up Apollo Creed versus Drago, man. That's foul. I would never go that far, but I feel like, hey, Beterbiev has been known to get touched, and they haven't been by big punches either.
Yeah. But if
He's
those
been dropped
punches
before.
aren't breaking him down, if those punches are
Mhm.
not debilitating him as the rounds go on, I mean, then Yard may have a chance. I mean,
Well,
Beterbiev keep on, fighting. He keep on breaking his opponent. You got to break the wheel. Somebody has to break the other's wheel in this fight.
and he's an old man. He's 38. He's 37, 38. He's an old man.
Yeah, he 38, about to be 39, and just coming off an injury. Maybe he's not 100%. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so
Maybe
I feel like
that's the case.
Yard, if you saw Yard's last fight, I like what he was doing. He was going to the body more, and his guard was high. So if he were to implement body work into his game plan, he could do something good. I don't know if he'll win, but he'll give Beterbiev a tougher fight than we expect.
What's going on, Sheldon? How you feeling, man?
WCS, what's up, brother?
I'm chilling, man.
How y'all
I
feeling, man? How
saw
you doing
I
back
saw
to
that you
Yard?
put it in the chat. I just wanted to highlight that and underscore it and put it in parentheses in air quotes. You said Yard is in trouble, which I feel is just goes on the line of the disrespect that's been in this chat this morning.
Oh, I'm sorry about the disrespect, bro. That's just my opinion, man. I seen this dude lose to Lyndon Arthur, who ain't that good, and I seen him lose to a Kovalev that's past it. He got knocked out with a jab.
Maybe some shit was going on, Sheldon. I mean, let's give him the man the benefit. Maybe some shit was going on. It was heavy on his heart, just like we see this going on with Charlo. Maybe he had some
All that
shit
shit
going on
sound,
in personal life, bro.
all that shit sound like a personal problem to me. You getting in there to fight, so I'm telling you, this dude, he gonna beat the shit out this boy. This dude is serious about his craft. And he showed me something that Joe Smith fight, showed me some footwork, showed me some angles, and he got tremendous pop. Anthony
Yeah,
Yarde is
he's a better.
stationary. His footwork is terrible. He gonna be a target for this dude. This dude gonna beat him up, man. But hey, anything can happen. It's boxing. Yarde does have a little pop in that right hand. Yarde is big, so if he can catch this dude, maybe he can stop him. But other than that, if it's a boxing match, he gonna beat the Hebrew shit out of Yarde.
And here's the thing, and Yard's not gonna stop him with one punch. It's gonna be a combination of punches. So he's
It
gonna have.
has to be a combination of punches, man,
It's not
because
gonna be a
we
lucky shot.
not on with any of his opposition. He ain't showing any type of weakness of being broken down. Even by Marcus Brown when he cut him on the forehead.
Marcus Brown thought that he could bottle Jack Beterbiev, and Beterbiev just went animal mode. This guy just turned up his offense like 10 times more, and it was hard to watch at one point. It was really hard to watch at one
So
point.
y'all don't give Anthony Yarde 1% of being able to defeat.
Of course, we do.
Beterbiev. You don't give him an
I give
angle
him
in
a puncher's
life.
chance.
I give him a 20% chance. But
In the
I have
first
to be
or the latter half of the fight.
to stop Beterbiev. It has to be early. It has to be early.
To beat him, period. When do you think he's going to be his best? The first or the second half of the fight?
The first half of the fight. It has to be early, man. It has to be before Beterbiev gets his rhythm, man. It has to be early, man. In my opinion.
Because the reason why I asked you that, because he's just coming off the Joe Smith stoppage, and that was early in the fight. And Joe Smith was taking it to him, he was attempted to take it to him early in the fight. So Beterbiev didn't look like he was struggling to get started.
Joe Smith wasn't even coming behind the jab, though. He was just marching forward with a high guard. He wasn't really doing much. He was just marching forward, trying to smother him, but he didn't have any punches going behind it. You get what I mean?
I saw Joe Smith get hit with a right hand, turn his back, and run.
Yeah.
I don't think he was running there, Sheldon. I was at the fight. He wasn't running. It's just like You know,
It
he
just looked
was
like he
so
was running.
fucked up and dizzy. He was so dizzy that he didn't know which direction he was going anyway. He thought he saw the referee back there where the corner was.
No, he
That's all I'm
went.
saying. He might have
He
thought
went.
he was walking in the same direction.
Nah, he heard the bell. He was going back to his corner. That's what happened. Yeah.
No, bro. I'm talking about when the action when he's talking about when Beterbiev hit him. Man, Joe Smith was fucked up, bro. He was dizzy.
He
Yeah,
You
turned
see
his
how his
back.
balance was off?
He didn't want no more. No more. I'm cool. I don't want no more of this.
Yeah, he was.
Please get me out of here.
How many times did he get dropped? 3 times? 2 times in the.
Yeah, I think it was 3. I think it was 3.
It was he dropped in the first and then 2 times in the second, right?
Beaten. I think so. Let me see if they put up because some of these don't even put how many times a fighter was knocked down. They leave it off. You know, like if you check BoxRec for Marcus Brown, they show Brown down in round 7 and 9. But when it comes to Joe Smith Jr., the common man, they don't have none of that information on BoxRec. You feel me? If you go to Adamus, right? Adam, Deanis, they have when he was down. But for reason, Joe, they don't have when he was down in the fight. Y'all muted. Y'all muted.
My bad. Yeah.
Let's see.
I'm sorry, brother. I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, I'm just saying. You look at BoxRec, they don't even have when Joe Smith went down. You know what I'm saying? They don't have the information there, which I see that in some fights, man. For some fighters, they don't put the information down there for whatever reason.
Yeah. Sometimes they do that. You are absolutely right.
I know for sure he got dropped in the first.
But I just, I hope it's a competitive fight for as long as it lasts. But it's not gonna go 12. It's not gonna go 12 because Yarde gets hit too much.
Yarde does get hit very often.
They say the same thing about Beterbiev too, but you don't figure that Yarde has enough power to do anything to break him down.
They say Beterbiev get hit too. It's just, I think Beterbiev is a better boxer. I think he's a better boxer. I think his defense is better. I think he's an overall better fighter than Anthony Yarde. But like I say all the time, man, if we knew who was gonna win, they wouldn't have to fight. That's why they fight.
Who's the mandatory, as they say it in the UK? The mandatory.
Isn't Yarde the man? Didn't Yarde get shot? He got the shot when he beat Arthur, right?
Yeah. So he the mandatory, right? So he's there. He's supposed to be there.
Ain't gonna help him. I mean, I don't think it's gonna help him, but hey, whatever he needs to motivate himself, he needs to use it. Try to find it, because this guy can fight, and this guy's coming. He ain't gonna have to look for this guy. He ain't got to look for Arthur.
That's true. No, he ain't gonna have to look for him. You're right about that. He definitely ain't gonna have to look for him. As much as you want to ignore him, he ain't gonna be able to, bro. Go said Yarde makes some basic footwork mistakes similar to the ones Joe Smith Jr. makes. He's going to get countered and hurt badly. He gonna find out why Artur was number 1 in the 08 class and why he was 285 and 5. Man, that's some solid numbers right there. God damn, talk that, bro. Damn, 285 and 5, man. Yeah, we all know he's a monster, bro.
Yeah, I was telling people when the Canelo Bill fight, that dude was 235 and 15. That's a lot of fights, man. He wasn't scared of Canelo at all. He wasn't worried about this shit. Yeah, we was worried about. He wasn't worried about none of that. I'm gonna go in here and beat this little motherfucker up. Then I'm hopefully I can get that Beterbiev fight. If I can't get that, I'm gonna go back down to 68, beat his ass again.
I
Cause he
didn't I
ain't good.
didn't see I didn't see Beterbiev being that much bigger than Yard when I seen him in person. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see Beterbiev. I got a good look at Beterbiev in the light of day,
Mm-hmm.
and Anthony Yard. They didn't seem to be that much bigger than one another. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's just my opinion. That's just what I saw.
When people see the muscles, they think the muscles make him big.
Oh, well, I mean, I hope he has learned from bulking up and you know, early in the day, Yard said he didn't have sparring partners, which I know they don't probably change that up now. He definitely needs sparring partners.
I mean, at this point, I mean, for me, I'm just speaking for myself. At this point in Anthony Yard's career, he is who he is. So if he wasn't sparring before, he probably ain't sparring now.
Let me ask y'all a question. Okay, let's just say Beterbiev win.
Mm-hmm.
Who wins between Beterbiev and Bivol?
I think Bivol can outbox him, but I don't know if Bivol can take his power because the boy got some serious power. So
I think Bivol will take that. Actually, no. Gotta be.
I got Bivol all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? If this fight plays out the way people are saying, and Beterbiev, I'm putting a lot of money on Bivol. If he's able to fight, Beterbiev, you know, we got this Canelo situation brewing. But if he's able to fight Beterbiev, yeah, man, I think Beterbiev gets it done. I mean, not Beterbiev. I think Bivol gets it done.
I don't know if he can keep Beterbiev off of him. This ain't Canelo. You can pop Canelo with them shots, and Canelo's a little guy, so he couldn't take the power. You know, that's why he stayed out of the way, stayed out of range, because he couldn't take the power. Canelo didn't want to get knocked out. But this guy, if you can't keep this guy off you, it's gonna be a bad night for you.
You know what beats a power punch is a boxer.
Yeah, timing.
Hey, yo, does Bivol's style remind you of like a Zumba boxing teacher? A Zumba boxing instructor, the way he goes back and forth. All right, right hand, left hand.
He's a great. He's great at controlling distance. I give him that. He's real good at controlling distance. He keeps you on the end of his punches.
I just see Bivol's accuracy, man. His punch placement, how he gauges his distance. He stays just right there. You know, on your front doorstep, he stays very, very close to be effective with his range. Right. Like some people, man, they start off and they way off range, way outside range. I'm like, damn, you know, what's going on? Like, I think Gervonta with Hector Garcia, Hector Garcia was way outside range in a lot of his shots because he was just kind of afraid of that power or whatever. Yeah. But I can understand, but damn.
But he just couldn't keep that dude off of him. That's the thing.
Yeah.
If Beterbiev can eat that shit and get inside, Bivol's gonna have some problems. But if he has enough pop to keep Beterbiev off of him, he can beat him easily. He's a better boxer, I believe.
I think he has underappreciated, underrated toughness too. Bivol is tough, man. You know what I'm saying? Canelo was trying to hit him with those arm shots, and he was like, "Man, I seen what you was doing. It didn't make any. It didn't."
Yeah, but anything. He was out. I mean, I just gave Canelo credit for even taking that fight because he's too little to fight that dude. Canelo's 5'7". All that shit stops at a certain point. People always say size don't. Size does matter. Size does matter. Bivol was just too big, too good for you. Stay away from 75 because I don't think you can beat anybody up there. Go back down to 68. You can beat them dudes. The 75 and dudes are too big. They're going to beat your little ass up.
But you got to understand one thing. They both weighed in 175. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know what I'm saying?
What do you think? What do you think Bivol weighed? What do you think Bivol weighed out of that fight?
What fight? When he was fighting who?
Alvarez.
I mean, he probably rehydrated up to cruise. You know, he probably been He's probably like 185 and then serious. 185, 190.
No, he was about
Nah,
190.
he was
195.
195, man. He was
190, 195. Canelo probably was about
195.
180. Canelo probably was about 180 at best.
But
Canelo's
why
a
would
little
that be
guy.
even a conversation when heavyweights they fight with weight gaps way heavier than that? Why would that be the topic of
Because
conversation?
Alvarez is not a heavyweight. He's a guy who started at 140 pounds. He's not a heavyweight.
But we're not
That
talking. We
eventually
can't really
that
talk
shit
about what
stops.
he started with. Sheldon,
Listen to
come
listen
on,
to
bro.
me. Listen to me.
I mean, why?
WC.
That's just like saying Mikey Garcia is a 126 pounder when he stepped in there with dang Errol Spence. I mean,
That's what he
that's
was.
old news.
That's what he was. That's what he was.
Uh,
That shit stops at some point. That power don't carry at some point. That power don't carry.
They say power is the last thing that goes, right?
Yes, sir.
On a heavyweight, on big guys. We talking about
Bro.
little guys who going up 3-4 weight classes trying to fight somebody who you can't beat that guy. That shit you was hitting motherfuckers with at 26 and 30 and 35. That shit don't work at 47. That shit you was hitting motherfuckers with at 47, 54, and 60. That shit don't work at 75.
He stopped
They eating that
Kovalev,
shit
man.
and coming forward.
Yeah, but
Kovalev was drunk
just fought.
and 36
He
years
just
old.
fought.
Oh, he
Came out
wasn't
of
drunk.
a
He was
war.
drunk
Hold on,
off
hold on.
life, dog.
He
was
came out
drunk
of a
off
war
life.
with Anthony Yarde 11 weeks prior and had a rehydration clause. Come on, man.
Exactly. Yard almost
Canelo
knocked him
made
out.
So you trying to
everything
tell me
minimal.
that was tragic because he went into the 11th round with Kovalev and he gets no credit? Like, come on, man. Like, he went in there against Kovalev, a true light heavyweight fighter, a champion at that weight class. Canelo don't get any credit for that?
Not really.
Look,
Because he just
I
fought
don't give him
Yard,
no
and he
credit
was
for that.
concussed.
When you just came out of a
Man,
a
boxing
war,
cleared that man.
when you just came out of a war 11 weeks prior, you only had 5 weeks to train. You had a rehydration clause.
Yeah, come on now.
But he signed the
Kovalev took that
contract,
fight.
though.
He
He
took
signed
that
the
because he
contract
needed
with
the
a guy that
money.
was moving
Because he
up.
had legal issues. Because he had legal issues and he needed the money. I know why he
Yeah.
took the fight.
Yeah, but he signed the contract, though.
You don't think Canelo knew that? Also, Canelo knew that.
Yeah,
He knew
no
what he was
doubt.
doing.
But he still went into the 11th round with
Okay.
Canelo
Let me ask you this.
with all
Let me
that
ask you
shit
this.
going on.
Let me ask you this. He fought Kovalev, right? Bivol was there and Beterbiev was there, and they both had titles. Why he didn't fight them? One title just as good as the other, right?
Because you know it's a process when you're going up there fighting
No,
the champions.
no,
Yeah,
no,
because they just
no.
didn't have an open schedule. You know,
no,
Beterbiev and Bivol just didn't have an open schedule.
no. I
And
think
who
I
was
can beat
and
this
who was
guy.
Canelo at
I'm
that
not
point?
fucking with them two.
No,
I think
who
I can
was
beat this
Canelo
guy.
at that point?
I'm not fucking with them two.
No, who was Canelo at that point? Who has he fought up
Canelo
in
wasn't.
175? Who had he fought up in 175 to really open some eyeballs? Who?
Look, one thing about Alvarez, I don't like him, but the motherfucker's smart. He's not no dummy.
I'm just
I think
saying,
I could
answer
beat
this
him.
question for me, Shelton. Who,
Mhm.
when you talk about Kovalev, who has Canelo fought previously at 168 to make you kind of be apprehensive with him stepping up to fight Kovalev? Who had
He
he
had
fought
never
in
fought. He
68
had never
already?
fought at 168. I don't think he had ever fought at 168, except for Rocky Fielding, I think it was.
Okay, then. So if he had the Rocky Field, the Reggie belt holder, so
Right.
therefore him moving up to fight Kovalev, why should he be all? Why should they pay him attention? Why should Bivol or Beterbiev pay Canelo any attention? He ain't really did shit at 68. He just goddamn fought somebody like a Rocky Fielding and stopped him in the 3rd round. It's no need for them to pay attention to Canelo because he's a cash cow at a lower weight class.
Well, I ain't got to answer your question. You just answered it. Kovalev, I'm never gonna see that money with nobody else that he saw getting knocked out by Canelo. He hadn't seen it before.
When we
and he
switching
ain't gonna
over
see
to
it.
money, that's a different point of view. But I'm saying
That's the only reason why
you
he took the
said
fight.
you said why didn't he fight Bivol or Beterbiev? And I'm saying why would they even pay Canelo any attention? And he ain't did shit really at 168.
No,
Everybody pays Canelo attention. If Canelo calls you out, you're gonna take that fight because he's the money guy. Boxing is about money. These dudes ain't fighting for free. This is prize fighting. They call it prize fighting for a reason.
It's business with the prize fighting too, and not everybody that we think should be fighting each other fights each other. We know that. That's why we disappointed all the time.
Why you
That's
think,
just me. That's why we always disappointed.
Take that Canelo fight? Why you think Bivol was so eager? Why you think Bivol was so eager to take that Canelo fight?
I mean, it's big money, and plus he gets a chance to fight somebody for legacy, even though he's from a lower weight class. But he was the reigning defending undisputed titleist, so it holds a lot more weight for him to fight, for Bivol to fight him now.
And number 3, this little dude can't beat me. This little dude can't beat me.
But are we going off the dude can't beat me, or are we going off the amount of belts that he has at 68 and his legacy already?
That shit didn't matter when you're fighting at 75 for my belt. Whatever you got at 68 don't matter. You fighting at 175 for my belt, and you can't beat me. Man, so bring your little ass up here so I can send you back there.
Canelo legacy, you know him unifying the entire super middleweight division. Hell yeah, that was a huge medal to his credentials that show. I think it did mean something, man. It was huge, bro.
Have to be 175 pounds. That don't have shit to do
because he transfers. No. Okay. So when you pick up a championship, let's just go back to when Canelo picked up a championship at let's just say middleweight, right? So when they announce you, right, when you move up in weight and they announce you at a higher weight class during a fight, do they announce you as a multi-time champion? Do they identify you as being a multi-time champion? Do they say middleweight champion, super middleweight champion? Do they identify your accolades as you move up in the ranks in boxing?
Oh, yeah, the announcers do.
So they carry forward, right? So you can't say it don't matter.
Well, the fans do. They say whatever Crawford did from 35 to 40 to doesn't matter. But what he did at 47, that's what they say all the time.
But what I'm telling you is it carries forward. It carries forward. All the championships you earn later in your career, it carries over.
I'm just telling you what they say. They say that shit Crawford did at 35 and 40 don't mean shit.
Okay, I mean
that's what they say.
I mean,
tell me I'm wrong.
We talking about we got to stay on topic. Show we talking about.
No, I'm telling you the truth.
You telling me we get on Crawford, man, that's a whole
you telling me that what Canelo did at 60 and 68 matters. I'm telling you, if the shit Crawford did at 35 and 40 don't matter, the shit he did at 60, 68, and 54 don't matter. It's the same. You can't have it.
It definitely matters. It definitely matters. What Crawford did, what anybody else did, Adrian Broner, and what Adrian Broner did, you know, with Javante, all these guys who have multiple divisions, with Shakur Stevenson, all these guys who have multiple divisions, it matters. Just because people group together, and say, well, it don't matter. That doesn't stamp it. What now?
For this conversation, it matters. But in most conversations, they say it don't matter. So I'm saying
most conversations on what? Pro Aerospins channels? I'm just saying, dog. Pro Aerospins channels? Is that what we're talking about? I'm just saying, dog. I mean, is that what we?
But no, I'm all seriousness aside. I believe the same thing, man. I believe that when it comes to moving up in weight, you know, it's great that you won titles in all these divisions, but it doesn't matter. What matters is, can you beat the motherfucker that's across from you tonight? That's what matters. All that other shit don't mean nothing. Can you beat this motherfucker? Because if you can't, you have to get your ass whooped.
So I go back to this. What benefit is it for Bivol to move down and fight Canelo at super middleweight?
Because he beat his ass at 75. He already said that he was willing to come to 68. If he can go down to 68 and beat his ass again, then it proves to all the naysayers that wasn't no fluke.
That doesn't make him a cash cow, though. I mean, what's the true benefit? It doesn't make Bivol the cash cow, though.
No, because Bivol's not popular enough. He'll never be the cash cow. Canelo's the guy. You know what I'm saying? It's just like my man at heavyweight. Joshua got 3 losses. He's still the biggest money man in the heavyweight division. Doesn't matter what they say. You want to make the most money fighting at heavyweight, you got to fight Joshua. That's the guy.
I mean, you talking about in Saudi Arabia or something like that? I mean, what are we talking about? Saudi Arabia?
If you want to make money, wherever. If you want to make money, that's the guy to fight.
I don't know, man. I don't know about that, bro. I don't know, man.
You say
he lost twice.
Who's the guy?
He lost twice, bro. You know,
who's the guy at heavyweight? Tell me who it is.
I gotta go with Tyson Fury right now. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go with Tyson Fury as far as money goes. What he's been
I
able to
don't know.
accomplish defeating Deontay Wilder. And we
I
know
don't
it ain't
know.
Usyk. Usyk ain't been in the heavyweight division that long to be a
Well, he
money
just
guy.
made damn near $60 million over there in Saudi Arabia. So I
But I'm
bet
talking about consistently, bro. That's in
oh
Saudi
yeah.
Arabia consistently. You know,
I mean,
Tyson
Tyson
Fury
Fury
made
can't
some
tell.
pretty good bags with Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, he made a good bag with Dillian White, but he can't make it over here. Number one, he can't come over here no more. Number two, when he's over here, he can't draw flies and shit unless he fighting Wilder.
How do we know? Is he still suspended? I don't think he's still prohibited from coming
No,
over
he
here.
on that list. Anybody that's fucking with Kinahan can't come over here.
I know that was back then. That was last year and shit.
That's
But you
not
know how these
going
shit.
nowhere. That federal indictment ain't went nowhere, brother. That shit ain't went nowhere. Why you think Josh Taylor ain't coming over here?
I mean, but you know how it goes. Without me putting names in there, I really don't want to link up any names that's over here in the U.S. But
Yeah,
you know,
that's what it is. If he's not over here, you can't come over here. It's still on
well,
that no fly list.
you know, back to the money issue. I just, you know, Anthony Joshua is a money maker, but he did, you know, his Wall Street is somewhat declined since losing twice to Alexander Usyk. For real.
Yeah,
And then,
I
you
would
know,
think so. I would imagine so, but I don't really know because
I mean, I'm curious to know how much Jermaine Franklin is going to get paid off Joshua.
Oh, he
Because
fighting
they
Jermaine
supposed to be
Franklin?
fighting in April. Yeah, they supposed to be
No
fighting in
shit.
April.
What happened to
Yeah.
his sparring partner?
Look, this is what I said when I seen him fight Dillian White. I was saying that I was speaking about Jerry Anderson at first. I said Jerry Anderson wants to get a big name. He should fight Jermaine Franklin or somebody like that, right? Because Dillian don't have to identify Jerry Anderson just because he's calling him out. He should fight Jermaine Franklin. But guess what? Anthony Joshua was ringside, and I say, well, Anthony Joshua has fought Dillian White, had success. You know what I'm saying? Stopped him. If he want to get back into the pictures, Jermaine Franklin looked good. Fight Jermaine Franklin. Sure enough, Jermaine Franklin gets his shot at Anthony Joshua. This is the dude that was in the warehouse, bro.
That's cool. I'm happy for that, brother. Hey, what happened to Joshua's sparring partner? Wasn't he supposed to fight a sparring partner or something?
I mean, you know, sparring partners, man. You know how they dogged out Deontay Wilder for giving his sparring partner a freaking shot, and it didn't go past 1 minute or something like that. So, I mean, how Joshua gonna be able to come back in this motherfucker and fight his sparring partner? It ain't gonna happen, bro.
Well, yeah, I get it. I guess. Yeah, you do have a point, brother. You do have a point.
Yeah, it'll be good. At this point in time, Joshua should be able to pick who he want to fight and don't nobody give a shit. I mean, he has some people on his resume.
Now, is that a rumor or is he truly training with Derek James?
Man, that's a good question because I was confused. You know, like Robert Garcia was on a video talking about, you know, Anthony, you know, what he needs to do in his career, this, that, and the other. But him training with Derek James, I seen it floating around here a lot. Maybe y'all in the chat, man. Y'all can verify. I read up on it, but I haven't really paid it too much attention. I just don't get it. I just don't get why he's coming over here to fight with Derek James. I mean, to train with him.
The reason I was asking is because if he is training with Derek James, that could have been a Derek James call. No, we're not going to fight your sparring partner. We're going to fight this guy.
I mean, why would he do that, though? And like, he's just coming off from fighting the unified champion and going the distance. Why would Derek tell him don't fight? I mean, look, I can understand how it may not matter. How it may not matter, first of all.
Right.
But Joshua's been around the block to the point where he can have a fight like that.
I would think so. But then again, see, is the issue when you see if you come to me for help, right, WCF? If you come to me for help, you can't tell the help how to help you. You understand? Because you came to me for help. I didn't come looking for you. You came looking for me. So if you want me to help you, this is how I'm going to help you. If you don't want that, then I don't need to be helping you. Because you can't come ask me for help and then tell me how to help you. You understand?
Hey, Martin King, you say you block like once click the link or whatever, but like when certain people come here and I see other people talking to them, I can't see their comments. I can't see their comments because I block them. But I see all your comments. I see people that's responding or whatever. You and Boxing Nerd was responding. Y'all wouldn't be able to respond to each other if you was blocked. Look, you ain't blocked. I went through there yesterday and try to clean some shit up. You know what I'm saying? You're not blocked, man. I don't know why you can't click the link. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I have to check something further or whatever. Shout out to Mr. Gumbo, AK Hot Grease, Sucker Free 23. W said, stop the cap, bro. Faith without work is dead. Hey, man. Hey.
Hey, did you hear this thing about Broner WCS? I heard he got a new opponent.
What new opponent was that? Hey,
I think
shout out Mr. Gumbo, AK Hot Grease, for the $10 super chat, brother. You know I got faith, man.
I think his new opponent is Michael Williams Jr.
Yeah, that's the word that's out there. I'm not 100% sure about the paperwork being signed. Let me check something out right quick since you brought it up. But let me see. I don't know if they put it out on BoxRec yet. I've really been speaking on it because it's been two opponents. It's been two opponents that fallen out with Agent
Red Cats
and then I didn't really want to get into the details with this shit. So it's not even registered on BoxRec yet with his name. So they're still going through some.
That's the rumor I heard. So I was just wondering if you heard anything different from what I heard.
Yeah, I mean, I heard the same thing you heard. You know what I'm saying? I heard the same thing. Max said Wilder's still a draw. He is still a draw. But the question was, who's the moneymaker? You know, as far as who's the moneymaker outside of Joshua. And I said Fury. I think Fury's making more money than Joshua, but him and Deontay, according to where they fighting, probably making somewhat the same. Deontay's still a ticket seller. Real talk. Even with the two losses to Tyson Fury, he's still a ticket seller, in my opinion. Sheldon may not agree, but I believe he's still a ticket seller.
He got a loyal fan base. He does.
Yeah. Canelo not going to take the Bivol fight in any weight class. He'll fight Ryder, then retire. Now they trying to insert that fight with Ryder is just him coming back off the injury to see how he feels and how his body, you know, performs and all that. You know what I'm saying? How he hold up. That's all. They steadily trying to make that fight though. Man, B.I.G. Mac. He what now? I can't hear you, brother.
He wants to fight in the UK. You see?
Oh.
Fighter in the UK. He should beat John Ryder. He should if he's the same guy.
Yeah. Man, Mac came over here. Mac said D-ball Dillian.
Or is it going to be the winner of Benavidez fight?
Which one do you think? Him fighting Bivol in a rematch or him fighting the winner of Plant Benavidez?
I think it's going to be Plant Benavidez because Bivol came out. Already beat you. Next fight I want is Beterbiev. Then I'll fight you.
Okay, I mean, people should stick to their guns then and stop switching up so much. If they know the best fight that makes sense is Bivol fight Beterbiev for the undisputed light heavyweight world crowns, then let's get that popping. Stop just saying that we want to see Bivol fight Canelo when you really don't want to see that fight.
It's gonna be a repeat of the first fight. I don't understand what people think is gonna be different. It's gonna be a repeat of the first fight.
No. No, they saying that because of the 168-pound weight limit and whatever other bullshit that may go on when he signed that fight with Canelo. What about the rehydration clause? What about all that?
See, what you forget, what they forget is when it comes to Bivol, he's not in that position no more. Now he can't really dictate the term because you already got your ass beat.
You saying what Bivol can't do? You say Bivol can't dictate the terms? You saying Canelo can't dictate the terms of Bivol or what? What are you saying?
No, he can't dictate the terms in a rematch with Bivol. Anybody else, yeah.
Shit.
Terms with a rematch with Bivol because I already beat you. I already whooped you.
I hear what you're saying, bro, but this is Canelo, what we talking about. So he's actually giving Bivol a favor to make another bag. He's providing Bivol the opportunity to make another bag. So with that bag of money, he's gonna put some restrictions on that. That's Canelo, bro.
He only got $3 million for the first fight, so he didn't get no big old huge bag that people thought he got. He didn't get no big bag.
Has he gotten $3 million before in a fight? Has he got paid more than that previously? I don't get into the numbers like that. Has Bivol got paid more than what he got for a Canelo fight before in his career? I can't hear you, bro.
But what you say, brother?
Have Bivol, has he ever been paid more money in his professional career than what he got when he fought Canelo?
Hey, $5 million beating up on.
He got $5 million for doing what? Man, your audio is. You might need to go out and come back in, man. Your audio is jacked up.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out and come back. Can you hear me now?
Well, your audio is messed up.
All right, let me go back. I'll come back in.
All right. Max said D-Ball Dillian is a punching bag and is an elite heavyweight. He can't do jack off the juice, but get knocked out. Anderson destroys him. I would like to see that fight. Anderson looks in tremendous shape. He looks better every fight. And only thing I was saying is he was making a point to reach out, with Dillian White. And I'm saying Dillian really don't have to acknowledge Jared Anderson yet, but acknowledge the opponent that I just beat. Fight your Jermaine Franklin. Fight him. If you go in there and you destroy Jermaine Franklin like you did Jerry Forrest, then maybe the people talk, okay, now it's time to move Jared Anderson up because Dillian White couldn't stop him, but Jared Anderson did. So let's make this fight happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm just using the analogy because you trying to call out Dillian. He has a common opponent. Make it happen. Yep, Michael Williams Jr. $150. Yep. Fury was pay-per-view because of Wilder. He's not a draw without him. I understand what you're talking about him not being a draw, but he is. Like, you look at this way. Fury continues to make money. He's been active. He even allowed Dillian White to grace the square and knock this ass out. I understand, and I'm not going against the grain with you when you say he's not a draw without Wilder, but yet in a strange way, he's still out there making money because he's holding the belt. He's undefeated. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's gonna put another heavyweight out there now over Fury. So Fury's making money. What other heavyweight out there you're gonna put over Fury? It's not gonna be Oleksandr Usyk. A lot of people are faithless that Oleksandr Usyk can defeat Tyson Fury. We don't know. We'll have to find out. But like I said, I really don't get into the money part. So I totally agree with Fury not being an attraction without Wilder because they did give us 3 good solid fights. They did. They gave us something that we rarely see in the heavyweight division with 2 top tier heavyweight divisions. Definitely shout out to the Bronze Bomber for once again proving to the people what a lot of us already knew, that he had the heart. He had the heart. He had the confidence, the courage, bro. He had the heart, man. This dude had the heart to step in there with that behemoth, 285, 90 pounds. And, go in there and try to get it done after he took punishment in the rematch. You know what I'm saying? After he took punishment in the rematch, he went in there for a trilogy, went through an arbitration, completed that, and then returned back to the ring. That's hard, bro. And still, that man don't get the respect he deserved for taking that fight. Because when you see Deontay in person, he does look like a slim, like a hoop player, a guy that you wouldn't think being, went in there and graced the square with a heavyweight behemoth like Fury as far as weight goes, right? And also with that same frame, putting Fury on his ass. And in the same sentence, Fury putting him on his ass. I mean, you got to respect that shit. That's what I respected. The dude was blessed, bro. Max said they'll let Canelo raise his computer raw and dictate the terms because it's Canelo and it's 168. That's what I was trying to say. Canelo's gonna have some dictation going on there, Mac. Real talk. It's some shit he's gonna be able to make happen. Hey, I'm gonna give you some good money, but we're gonna put a rehydration clause in there. And then Biv will say, like, okay, so Canelo, why should it be a rehydration clause? And you just seen me put hands on Zerto. Zerto was in that bitch looking like a heavyweight. And he damn near stopped that man. This man looked like a heavyweight in there with Bivol, and Bivol almost stopped him. So why put a rehydration clause in there? He just showed you, you can fight heavy opponents and beat them. If Canelo is that man, he's shown that, he's a future Hall of Famer, full weight division champion, you know what I'm saying? Reigning defending undisputed super middleweight world champion. Why put a rehydration clause on somebody beat him? Or you just think if you don't put a rehydration clause in there, it's gonna be a similar fight that you had at 175. Dude, let's do the math from 68 to 75. He still have to drop down in weight, and he have a small window to basically rehydrate. That's it. All you're going to do with a rehydration clause is just limit him from getting back up to his natural weight of the weigh-in. So we all know he rehydrates higher than the weight of 174 and a half, 175 when he's fighting his home weight class, right? His natural weight class. But yet Canelo, I'm curious to know if he get this man a rehydration clause. He say, well, you can't rehydrate no higher than 173. You know what I'm saying? Or no higher than 174. I don't think he'd give him a rehydration clause at his natural weight limit of 175. I think it's going to be somewhere around 172, 173. That's going to suck. But I think Bivol still beats him at 168. I do. And then with that said, he beats him in 168, vacates all the titles. Now you open up a whole tower of the divisions in boxing. What I mean by that, it opens up a lot more avenues for people at the 168-pound division to fight for titles now. Then we may see some people, or some fighters rather, not people, some fighters move up from 60 to contend for those belts. And then we'll see a shift from 54 to 60, because sooner or later we're going to try to find out what's going to happen with Jermell Charlo's situation. Is he going to vacate the belts and move up or what? So then we have that effect. We have the 47 effect with those titles being open in 54, have these welterweights move up and fight for some belts up there. You know what I'm saying? It can open up a lot of positions, man. If Bivol win these titles, it can. Because 68 is locked down. So that's holding up to 60. Ain't too much shit going on in 60 except Gennady Golovkin holding the WB and the IBF. So what the fuck he's gonna do? We still waiting on him. You know what I'm saying? And then 54 is held up. And 47 is held up. You saw what happened to 40. Josh Taylor came off the belts, opened up some divisions, down there, opened up some divisions. for people to fight for the belts. That's what we're seeing play out right now. And then 135 is held up, but yet the active reigning defending Devin Haney, he's fighting. He got Lomachenko. So that may potentially open up. That's going to bring up some people that's in the lightweight division and possibly 130-pound whoever's deciding. But I'm not going to go that in depth because it ain't shit going on the 130 right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to stop it right there. You know, we'll stop it. If those belts open up at 68, it's gonna open up the elevator on that tower, bro. It's gonna do a lot in the weight divisions from 35 all the way up to potentially, 68 or whatever. I mean, that's a broad scope. You know what I'm saying? That's a broad scope I'm using. I'm just saying in between that, it's some divisions that's locked down. 68, 54 is locked down, 47 is locked down, and 35 is locked down. So we'll see what happens. Oh my God, man. Let me see. Oh shit. Bivol will beat him regardless. Canelo has problems with pure boxers movement. He's too flat-footed to deal with Bivol. True words. And also to caveat with that, from my understanding, he's been having knee issues and stuff like that. So him being still young in the game, he does have a lot of tread, a lot of wear and tear. So yeah, like you said, we'll see. He does have problems with fighters that have that movement. And basically, for one, fighters who aren't afraid to engage with him. Bivol wasn't afraid to engage with Canelo. And also his hand speed, his ring IQ played a significant role in beating Canelo too. And they were still trying to rob the man. Real talk. The fight should have had a larger margin between them, but they was trying to rob the man right off the rip. They was trying to rob Bivol. But, he was too much. Guard was on his side, and he was still able to come out with the victory. But him winning early rounds and they giving it to Canelo was just messed up, bro. That's boxing, though. That was just messed up. But you make a good point. We all know Canelo's flat-footed, but in the past, he's been able to get away with fighters being intimidated and not sticking to the game plan enough to put away some rounds with Canelo. I think they was just, some fighters, man, they showed him too much respect in there. They just didn't have a skill set or the boxing IQ like Bivol did to go in there and have a superb performance. But we'll see how the Adrian Broner situation works out, man. I'm definitely looking forward to this fight. Playing out this weekend, man. Artur Beterbiev, Anthony Yarde. Beterbiev is undefeated. Both of these fighters, I think the boxing public is just happy to get this fight. We're very eager to see it. It's just like a sleeper, bro. It's like a sleeper. So we'll see what happened this weekend, but definitely tune in. Continue to rock with the channel, man. Hit the like button on your way out, man. We'll do it again later on. And turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports. I'm out.